What is 1 HP of damage in real life? When you eat a chip and a pointy part stabs the roof of your mouth. What about when you feel it enter a gap between your teeth? What about when you swallow a piece that's too large and you can feel it scraping all the way down your throat? Bleed effect. Sneezing when your back is out. Sneezing when you have your period is an instant 1d6 psychic damage, plus a paranoia effect until you can get to a bathroom checkpoint to remove it. I don't know if I laughed or cried reading this comment, but it's true either way. When you're cooking and the oil spits at you, that's minus 1 HP with burn effect, minus 1 HP for 2 turns. Character chance of flinch around hot pan increased by 20% for 10 turns. Edit. Thanks for silvery award, and that's minus 2 for flinching. As a ginger, going outside for 12 seconds in the summer, what happens? Does it catch fire? They're pale AF. I know a ginger girl who wears sun cream in winter because she'll get sunburned if not. Burping but you puke a little in your mouth. That happens to other people too, right? Yup, it's called a verb. It's called puking. No, you don't get it. I burped and puke came up. No, you don't get it. That's puking. You don't sit on the toilet and think, man, I'm really farting out some shit right now. No, no one has ever said that until now. You made me say it. This kid isn't dumb. He's a super genius and he's fucking with me. Or eating cereal like Cap'n Crunch and fucks up the roof of your mouth for a few days. Worth it though. Every time. I cry every time. Accidentally choking on your own saliva. I do this at least once every 2 weeks and I feel like an absolute moron every time. Dropping your phone on your face while you're lying down. Ever dropped it on your tooth? Minus 80 HP. Ever dropped it on your tooth while using braces? Minus 160 HP. Ever dropped it on your face while wearing glasses? Minus 15 HP. Minus 15 HP and minus 300 Jill. Ever drop your phone that's attached to an anvil? Minus 500 HP. When you accidentally bite the inside of your cheek and then have to chew weird for a day or so. That's 1 HP with a stacking multiplier each time afterwards that you catch the swollen bit. I'm up to minus 5 HP at least right now. So weird story. I bit my lip so many times within a week I've done permanent damage. I bit through a salivary gland and have a permanent hard lump the size of a pea. I still bite it. That sounds like something I would be so frustrated with that I would get it surgically fixed. When you're about to fall asleep and then your whole body jumps and scares the shit out of you. Edit. I have been told this is called a hypnic jerk by a few people, so I figured I'd add it to an edit for those interested. Thanks. You cannot sleep while enemies are nearby. That's actually because you fell asleep too fast. Your body notices your rapidly declining heart rate and bodily functions and has to decide nap or death and decides you're dying, so it gives a hard kickstart to keep you alive. That's like minus 1 HP, but a boost to combat readiness. When you think there's one more stair but there's not, so you do that weird thing where you slam your foot on the ground and hurt your back for a second. Minus 1 HP. And then the opposite where you think there's no more stairs but then you step down and go into panic thinking you're falling for a split second. Minus 1 HP. Minus 3 HP there, bud. Burning your tongue on your coffee. OP's question aside, you ever burn your mouth with coffee so bad that your taste buds tingle for a few weeks after? Yeah, that's the critical hit of coffee burns. Status: poisoned. Wouldn't it be? Burned. Like burning is a status effect, but the after effect is burned, which makes fire attacks a different form of poison style element. Cracking a knuckle with a little too much force. Or when you cracked all 4 of your knuckles but one and you have to crack the last one to complete the circle, but it doesn't need to be cracked, so you keep pushing and pushing until your finger hurts and you give up. When you push a door when you should have pulled. Minus 1 int. Confused status effect. It's super effective. Minus 1 HP. When the toilet water hits your bottom. Poseidon's kiss. That makes it sound clean. Poseidon's sneeze. Poseidon's lick. Tosser of seasoned salads. Oh please no. Stuttering when you're attempting to roast someone. Nah dude, that is an instant KO followed by a quick revive and having it do poison damage and a light healing effect simultaneously in a cycle of doom that perpetually damages you and heals you while keeping you on the brink of death. Or when you are telling a joke. I have a genetic speech impediment, so I stutter a lot. I learned not to tell jokes. Never. A paper cut. That's 1 HP with a massive pain status ailment. Cardboard cut is -1 HP and inflicts burn status. That shit hurts for way too long. Agreed, the devs need to nerf the shit out of it. It enables broken stun lock infinites SMH. Opening the oven and getting a face full of hot air. Blindness ailment if the victim is wearing glasses. It even very briefly fogs up contacts. That's scary. I haven't baked anything since I got contacts a bit ago. Now I'll never bake again. Thanks. When you bump into something and it doesn't actually hurt but you still go "R" or "ouch." I do that way too much. Ouch, me too. Thinking phone is not in your pocket, panic attack, -1 HP. And you realize it was in your hand the whole time. -2 additional HP. -1 intelligence. When you have a congested ear and you plug your nose and try to pop it, but you pop it just a little bit too far, and it hurts like a bitch for a hot second and makes a loud sharp ripping sound like a speaker cracking. Go to the doctor, WTF. Yay, this isn't -1 HP, this is like a curse you have to do a whole quest line to remove. Can confirm. Completed. Doctor's visit last week and I'm currently 4 out of 10 on my quest. Bottle of antibiotics. Earbuds getting tugged out of your ears. That does no damage but it activates my berserk racial ability. Your attacks will do 25% more damage but your defense drops 25% as well. Intelligence drops 75%, but so does fear. +3 outgoing and received damage. Stacking. For 5 minutes. When the waitress says enjoy your meal and you respond you too. Temporary -1 charisma. Oof. Needing to sneeze but not being able to. Sneezing but halfway through the sneeze your body for some reason internalize the rest of the sneeze. -1 HP. This is always so embarrassing. Like you make the O face getting ready to sneeze, and then nothing. After you spray nasal and you feel like you're going to sneeze, but your nose does this weird crampy thing. Look up, with your eyes not your head, at a light. Works for me 75% of the time. Smelling someone's ass gas. I just imagine farting indoors and a wave of -1 spreads around you. Area of effect damage. This effect multiplies with every 5-layer burrito from Taco Bell consumed. Biting your tongue. You either let out a light ouch, or you cry. No in between. I bite my tongue when I'm sleeping sometimes. Worst way to wake up. Canadian version. You bump into something and quickly say I'm sorry before you realize it's just a pole. I once walked into a mannequin and then apologized. Then I realized it was a mannequin. Then said oh you're a mannequin. Haha. And then realized I was still talking to a mannequin. At least a mannequin resembles a human. I often say oh it was a desk haha and similar. Hoping that other people around me heard. Although, I'm not sure them hearing me say that is any better than me just say I'm sorry and not mentioning it again. Stepping on a Lego. That's more than 1 HP. That's super effective. It's 1 HP but with a 100% chance to crit. After building Legos my entire life, I can proudly say that I have built a slight immunity to the crit chance and it has become 50% rather than 100%. That would just do 2 HP of damage. When it comes to Legos there is only 2 HP. Farting, but letting a little solid out. I think this might be more than 1 HP because then there's the whole being uncomfortable until you find somewhere to clean up and also making sure you don't smell like poop for the rest of the time you spend in those pants. Especially if you're at work or something. Yeah, IDK about you guys but any degree of shitting myself is gonna be way more than -1 HP. This comment made me laugh out loud. Shit's massive steaming load. Solid and liquid into pants while sitting in 12 Greyhound bus ride. -1 HP. Stomp breaker when it's not aimed for the head. Bullshit, Thanos only had like 3 HP left after that hit. He could even be below 0 health but have the die hard feat that allows him to be conscious and take 3 actions. It was a mortal blow, but it was in a game with a rolling health meter, and he was able to take his turn and save himself before his HP hit 0. When your nails are weak and bent back, not enough to break off completely or hurt you but definitely make you feel weird about it. When you're walking and your earphones snag on something and get torn out of your ear, also gives you the rage buff. Stabbing your pinky toe on the corner of the table leg or couch leg when it hurts like hell but you're fine a minute later. Banging your elbow and the infuriating shockwave of electric knot pain that shoots through your arm.
belly. Let's go, baby.
Demonetization is dropping your eating to stop a migration of top innovation and content creation in an opposite way. I saw your new status and got inspiration to drop a new cape. On top of your face is a mock and the face of the clock is still raised. The mob is impatient. A monster is way cannot just escape. News drop like a cave. YouTube Ukraine thought you would make it. Asked all the creators who want to get paid for their awesome creation. So take the advice of a god and make it. All I got to say is Calberry TV gets more traffic than a metropolis. Yes bitch, that's me. And I'm still looking for where my profit is.